All right, I'm Matt.
And I'm Josh. Welcome to the Nightly on Hatch Plus, where the world pauses and you don't even notice. Matt, how are you? What's new?
I'm very well, thank you, mate. The world has paused. I've not noticed. I've just been in my own sort of, my own bubble, really. I got an office this week, which is exciting.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, under the guise of being more productive. And so far, I have doodled on the whiteboard and I watched Oasis at Nebworth on my new big screen. And then I switched the lights off and headed home after a long day's work.
That's a pretty good day at the office.
Yeah, it's great now as well because I can do that. And then I come back home at, sort of 5:30, 6 if I'm not gigging. And, kind of open the door, say to my girlfriend, "Oh, I'm home. What a day." At the office, because that's where I've been. The office, where I work.
Nobody can keep track of what you do at the office, especially when no one else is there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the blinds are shut. No one will know. How are you, Josh?
You know what? Two things that this made me think of. One is I was at, I'm doing a gig this week, and part of it, because it's at this new co-working space that's just opening up and they're trying to get more people interested, they are giving all the performers 3 months of office space. So I think I might be living the same life as you very soon.
Oh.
Going to the office, accomplishing very little, coming home to my wife, acting like I just spent a day in an iron mine or something.
Well, here's an idea then. In that case, maybe we should schedule some Zoom calls and we'll just watch like Monsters Inc. together or something.
That's good. I think it'll just be like, I had a long meeting with Matt. Are you guys working on a project? Well, Sully and Mike Wazowski did, and we kind of supervised.
Yeah. We're working. It's just sort of market research at the moment. We've got the sequel tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes.
And then the other thing, I haven't told you since then, but Halloween was a little while ago, and my wife decided, she said, I think it'd be fun if we dressed up as Liam and Noel Gallagher together. And
I saw the picture on Instagram and I loved it.
So we did. And it was really fun. She got the tambourine and did the Liam tambourine on head. It was great. And then
nice.
Where we were in Brooklyn, though, many people were like, "Love your costume. Run-DMC is so great." And they thought we were just doing a racially dubious Run-DMC costume.
That is the danger. Did anyone pick up on the fact that you were Noel Gallagher?
Nobody picked up. And they were like, "You should have gotten a wig." I was like, "I got a bucket hat. That's the next best thing."
It's true.
But it was great. And we did one of the parties, and this comes up all the time on the show, but a friend threw a little karaoke event and we went and did "Don't Look Back in Anger," and it was a big hit and kind of clarified the whole thing.
Yeah, you do need that context, I think, don't you?
Mm-hmm. It makes it a lot easier when you're performing the hits.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does make a big difference. You should have just gone out and sung "It's Tricky" and then just lean into it and go, "Yeah, no, it's a really good Run-DMC."
We did "It's Tricky" at the end for the heads.
Did
you? We did. We were like, well, as long, if you can't beat him, join him. And so we did "It's Tricky" at the end. I did only tracksuit music. That was my aim that night. So we did "Don't Look Back in Anger" to open. We closed with "It's Tricky." And then in between, because we were there for quite some time, I did all 3 parts of "Intergalactic" by the Beastie Boys, which I think is a tracksuit song.
Nice. Yeah.
Very fun. And then I did "Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard" by Paul Simon, which I think is kind of invited into the world of tracksuit music because of the Royal Tenenbaums. Its prominent placement in that movie.
Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily associate Paul Simon with tracksuit music. But
except for Ben Stiller. Yeah. He brought it in.
Yeah, well, yeah.
This is a good time.
Oh, nice. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. So things have generally been very nice, but I thought, not to hijack things, we should open the floor in case there's any complaining you want to do. Because I feel like I've been bragging about how fun Halloween has been, but it's important to leave some space for some grievances. So Matt, do you have a petty grievance you'd like to air?
You know I do, Josh. All the time.
Same.
I think what would be considered a classic of the genre today.
Please.
The worst thing I think a person can do is when you're in the car park of a supermarket or, you know, big sort of hardware shop, whatever they are, big car park, when people leave their shopping trolleys or shopping carts, however you want to call them.
Yeah.
When they leave them not in the designated space for shopping trolleys, but just out in the car park.
Yep.
It winds me up. There's actually not a lot of things that do this to me, but for some reason this gets so under my skin that my girlfriend had to stop me getting out the car a couple of days ago because there was a guy who just left one, and I was getting out the car to just go and just say to him, "Oh mate, you forgot your shopping cart. You wouldn't have meant to do it, I'm sure, because that'd be a real horrible thing to do, but you've just left it. You must have forgotten." And she grabbed my arm and was pulling me back in the car. I was just like, "Please don't do this." I was like, he's got to learn. He's got to learn. That's happened twice recently.
Oh, there's no situation in which the inconvenience it would cause someone to put their shopping cart away correctly outweighs the inconvenience they're causing to every subsequent shopper, where it messes up the whole traffic pattern.
Yeah, exactly that. It is 30 seconds out of your life.
Yep.
And, you know, I at times, I can be a lazy person.
Same.
But I will never not put my shopping cart back, ever. I will always do that.
We live in a society.
We do. And without rules, Josh, chaos reigns.
There is no society. Yeah. Everything breaks down. And this is one of those where it's like, it's not a matter of preference, right? Or unspoken like etiquette. This is like, they go in the place where the other carts are lined up. You can see them. This is like explicitly the rule.
You're right. It's not a social thing where it's like holding a door open or, you know, this is a real binary. Trolley lives there. You've taken the trolley, put the trolley back there. But it's just that attitude of, well, someone else will do it. And that is something that, it's the same with littering. If ever I see someone littering, I'm not a confrontational person at all, but I will always stop and say, "Oh mate, you dropped your packet there. You just dropped your thing." Because it's always that, I'll just throw that there. Someone else will pick it up. And I just want to grab them by the head.
It becomes such a bigger issue too every time. Because like in the micro, it's like, oh, that was really rude. And probably if you nudge them, they'll pick it up and it won't be a thing. But you just want to be like, people don't care about each other. And that's why we're in such a bad situation overall.
And I wonder if we could have a little dive into the old encyclopedia on this. But I've got a feeling there might have been an actual research paper done on people not returning shopping carts.
I'll believe it.
I can't find any specific paper. However, what I have found, Josh, is that you and I, according to psychology, says we likely share these 8 admirable traits because of our stance on shopping carts. Would you like to know what they are?
I would love to know these 8 admirable traits that we share.
We're naturally conscientious.
That's right.
Yeah. You feel empathy for strangers?
I do.
Yeah. Unless they leave the shopping cart out, in which case all bets are off.
Empathy out the window. Yeah.
You can delay gratification.
Okay, that one's a little, I'm on the bubble with that, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on it, whether that tracks or not. We see the bigger picture, Josh.
That's right, we do.
Yeah, they tend to be allocentric thinkers, so that's part of the bigger picture. Your values run deep.
That's right.
You value being a good person. You trust others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're kind of the backbone of society is what I'm learning from this.
Yeah, just reading this, I think I might be one of the greatest people to ever live.
Yeah, that's right. And this is why we have so much business to do from our offices during the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff like this.
We're the people that are keeping this whole thing going.
Notably, not one of these 8 traits is humbleness.
Oh, yeah. No humility on there at all.
You find joy in small good deeds. Sure.
I love a small good deed. I've been saying on stage and off that I love doing a favor for someone because I don't have a lot of money, but I do like feeling that people owe me something.
Yes, that's so true. You're basically, you've just got a whole sort of file of facts full of IOUs, and you can just cash them in at any point.
That's the plan.
It's a really smart idea, Josh. That is like you've got a human pension.
That's right. A pension of community. But here's the problem. We talked about this recently. You and I are people that never cash in our rewards points. So I will also never cash in on these favors.
That is very, very true. Yeah. We need to address that as people. I feel like we're not getting a fair slice of everything here. We're holding back too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously we can't square that circle. If you leave a shopping cart out, it is horrible and it will always annoy me. However,
yeah,
we have learned that we're brilliant people and I'm satisfied with that.
It is also the kind of thing where like the principle of the annoyance is worse than the practical annoyance, right? And so I find that sometimes is more manageable because you can move the thing and you go, I shouldn't have to do this, but it ultimately will take me 30 seconds as well. So it's like, even if it ruins your mood, it's not like, oh, and now I'm late for the party.
The knock-on effects are small. It's just, if I could just not have that rising anger to the point of, do you know what? I've really realized what red mist is when I see that, because I do get that sort of rush to the head. It goes in my ears and I just go full primal. Like that's the definition of red mist, isn't it? I go lightheaded. That's bad, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's also it's so much principle for me. The idea of how much something psychologically affects me is often so little the practicality of it, right? Like someone bumping into me on a crowded sidewalk and they go, oh, sorry. And I go, hey, these things happen. I'm like the most gracious guy in the world. I'm like, hey, we all lose track of our bodies in space. I have to text sometimes too. Don't worry about it. Let's get lunch. Like so gracious. And meanwhile, if I'm like standing still and then someone bumps into me and gives me a dirty look, like, why were you standing there? And it's like just the sidewalk. And they look at me like they expect me to apologize. And like, well, week ruined. I'm just going to be seething about this.
Yeah, I am going to be thinking about you for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And all the things that I wish I'd said to you. But hey, we're good people.
We're good people. We have empathy for strangers.
Yeah, we love strangers. But Josh, I want to give you a chance to get yours out. What's been getting at you this week?
Okay, so we recently had an election. There were elections across the United States, but we had one in New York City. And in the United States, for a lot of the major elections, there is an early voting period, right? You can mail in a ballot if you're going to be out of town, or they open bigger central polling locations for like a week before the actual election day. And I think it probably relieves some of the burden of like on each individual place and collecting ballots on the day of the election. And the early voting this year in New York, there were special stickers for different neighborhoods. It was a really good voting sticker situation. But I thought, I'd love one of these stickers, except the early voting place is so much less convenient. Like people kind of sell it as like, you don't have to go on the day where everybody's trying to vote. You just get it out of the way in advance. You feel like you've done your civic duty and you're done. And I always think that sounds good, except for in my neighborhood, the place that you could vote early is 5 times as far. Instead of a 3-minute walk, it's like a 15, maybe 20-minute walk from where we live. And there are always way worse lines. And so people make it seem like, oh, this is actually so convenient because you don't have to do it on the one day. You have this whole week to choose. But I've never had a good early voting experience. That is like when we voted, we waited till the day itself, and there was no line. We walked right to get our ballots. We walked right to the ballot box. We deposited them very quickly. The whole thing probably took door to door 15 minutes, and we didn't get the good stickers. So I feel like just because I did my civic duty the day that everyone said that it's advertised on the calendar to do it, and I didn't want to be inconvenienced by having to schedule it a different day to do a worse errand, I don't get the good sticker. I think that's garbage.
Well, in principle, I do agree with you on that, but I just need a little bit of context here, because stickers, they're not something that we get when we go to vote.
Yeah.
There's no stickers, you're lucky to get a pen. Like they're in village halls and stuff. It's like volunteers in their sort of mid-70s, and it's a little bit lo-fi. So what's the deal with the stickers?
I think it's kind of non-standard venue to venue, but like I think partly because voter turnout is like pretty low in the US. They have, when you vote, they give you a pen. The pens are not very good. I would not recommend the pens, but they give you a little "I voted" sticker to like show pride in, like regular, probably like 2.5, 3 inches across, a circle in 2.5 inches in diameter. And you get when you vote, and it's like you wear it and people go, me too. What a day. And it's just like a nice little thing that reminds you that you're, again, part of a community, part of a society. And they're usually pretty standard on election day. But like New York City goes a little wild with it, where there was like Brooklyn votes early, Queens votes early for the different parts of the city. I've seen them in the past where they were like, there's like a special one with pumpkins if you go in on Halloween.
Oh,
and it's like,
right.
oh, that's just cute. And it's like a nice memento of having engaged with civic responsibility. And I think they should give out the good stickers on regular election day too.
Or maybe like a little holographic number or something.
Ultimately, I think maybe I have to take a deep breath and realize that all the people who prioritized the good sticker over convenience deserve the nice sticker. And my reward is not having to travel farther in on a chilly day and wait in a long line of people further out in the neighborhood. And my reward was convenience, and theirs was the good sticker. So I'm like trying to keep that in mind. The sticker only lasts a day, then it gets all fuzzy from your sweater and you got to throw it out anyway. So this is not a big loss, but I saw so many friends with their cool stickers, and I thought to myself, that should be me. I should have that.
Did you ever think about maybe just stealing one?
Oh,
just when they're turned around,
yeah, peeling it right off. Gosh,
take a bit of that jumper.
I should have. I bet I could do it. I've got pretty nimble hands.
Yeah, I believe in you, Josh.
Thank you. We're good people, and we deserve good stickers.
Yeah, we empathize with strangers.
Yeah, we do.
I do think that is important to remember, because I think we're both the same in that sense, that we would both pay for convenience.
Oh, yeah.
I would every day of the week. But just in this scenario,
sure,
you've paid for it with stickers. And
yep,
that's just the game, isn't it? You can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have your sticker and your convenient voting day.
I think you're right. The sticker was the tax I paid for convenience, and that's okay. And I'm happy to live in that world. So thank you for helping me center that perspective.
My pleasure, Josh. I'll get you a sticker. I didn't know you were into them that much. I'll sort you out a little sticker.
Thank you.
I'm glad we got that out in the air.
Me too.
I feel like we've sorted a lot of problems out tonight. I certainly feel better for it.
Me too. I feel very light.
I do. So I think on that note, it's about time to turn in, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to bed. Good night, Matt.
It's been a pleasure as always, Josh. Talk to you next time.